Alright, in this lecture, we're going to go over values. So what are values? Well, values are just how light or dark a color is. And it's based off of this spectrum right here, or this value chart. So it goes from black all the way up to white. And then everything in between is just a blend between those colors. So this black right here and this white right here, if you mix them together, you get this center color right here. And then if you were to mix this center color with this black color, you would get this center color right there. And it goes on and on. Now, this is broken up into 11 different values, but really the value spectrum is infinite. There's values in between each one of these values. And so basically you use these different values to create different lights and shadows and shading. Now let's have a look at some examples of values. So here I have a black and white photograph of these shoes hanging from a telephone wire. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use my eyedropper tool, which is a tool that allows me to select any color I want in my image, and it'll show me what the color is right over here in this little box. So I'm going to go ahead and use this to find each value in my picture, and then I'm going to try to match that value with my value up here. As I do this, I want you to guess also. So let's start with this color right here. It appears to be white. So let's go ahead and then switch over to our brush tool and try painting that on our white. And it's just barely a little bit darker than white, but pretty dang close. So it probably would go somewhere in between these two right there. Now let's try another color. So I'm going to select this gray right here, and then I want to guess which one it is. So I'm going to guess that this is a mid-tone gray, and I was way off. So it's very good to test this and practice with trying to figure out what values are what. But another thing to understand is that depending on what value is next to another value, that'll change how dark or how light it looks. So this doesn't look so dark because it's next to a darker gray. So this gray right here, this one that looks like almost white, is actually probably more of our mid-tone gray. So I would put it right there, and I was correct. So now let's reselect this color right here, and I would say this one goes with that one. Pretty dang close. Let's try another one. So this darker gray down here, I'm gonna guess that it's not black, but I would guess that it is this gray right there, and I was wrong. It's this darker one. And so it's kind of fun, but it's also really useful to do this and test out how well you see value in images. It's also a really good way to see how values play off of each other, because like I showed you over here, this almost looks like a white, but it turns out that it's this light gray right there. Let's try one more value on here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select this value right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and try to find that. So I'm going to guess that that's my middle gray, and I was correct on that one. Now, I don't think there's actually any black in this image right here. Let's try another image. So right here we have an image of a building, and I'm not even sure if there's any black on this. If there were any black, it would probably be this down here in this window. Let's go ahead and try painting with that, and it is black. All right, let's try another color. So let's try this right here. So this may appear black, but it might actually just be a dark gray. And it's not, it's somewhere in between. So it's a dark gray, but it's not completely black. Let's try another color. So let's try this one right here. And we'll try painting with that. I think it would go right there. Pretty dang close. Let's try another one. So if we grab this gray right there, I'm gonna guess that it's